So I'd like to ask you a question. And I want you to really stop and think about this question before you answer it to yourself. And the question is this: are you genuinely happy with your life right now? I mean, really, are you genuinely happy with your life right now? You see, 25 years ago, if someone would have asked me that question, I would have said, yeah, I'm happy with my life. And the truth was, I was absolutely miserable and didn't even recognize it. You see, because I was stuck on that societal roller coaster that said that as a man, you're supposed to have the house, the wife, the 2.5 kids, and the 401k and the vacations, and you'll be happy. And so I had all of those things. So in my mind, I had it made up that I was a happy guy. But it wasn't until I went through divorce, bankruptcy, foreclosure, basically lost everything, that I realized just how unhappy I truly was with my life. And so my divorce was my wake-up call that challenged me to look a little deeper and to ask myself some deeper questions and to figure out how I could become happy. And interestingly enough, I actually had a miracle occur, and this is how I began my journey towards happiness. You see, I had gone through divorce, as I mentioned, and bankruptcy and foreclosure, basically lost everything. And so I was in a deep, deep state of depression. And one night, I was sitting up late because I couldn't sleep because I was so depressed. And as I sat on the edge of my bed, I looked across the room and I noticed that all of the books on my bookshelf had something to do with making money. And as I looked at those books, this question just popped in my head. And the question was this, and it was actually sort of a voiceless voice in my head that said, Michael, what if you took all the energy and effort you've used in trying to get rich and simply learn how to be happy? And it was in asking myself that one simple question that everything changed for me. In an instant, my life changed because all of a sudden, I realized that I hadn't felt happy in a very, very long time. And I wanted to have that experience again. I wanted to feel happy. Because as I looked in retrospect, I hadn't felt happy in a long time. And so I had to begin doing some inner work and discovering what was making me unhappy. And so I went on this personal journey of transformation, and it was the most amazing experience of my life. And that's what I've been doing for the last 25 years. Simply gaining a deeper understanding of myself so that I can be truly happy with me. And so as a result of that journey, and as a result of being in a place now where I can say I am authentically and genuinely happy with my life. As a matter of fact, I can say in this very moment as I'm speaking to you, I am happier now than I've ever been in my life. And so as a result of my journey, I wanted to share with other men the steps that I took to get to this particular point. And that's why I've been writing books and hosting a radio show, and I also hosted a cable television show. And that's the reason I put together this website, A New Conversation with Men. I wanted to share with other men the journey that I went on in hopes that other men would go on and earn their own journey. And so as you think about that question, are you genuinely happy with your life? Take a moment and think about your relationships right now. Are you happy with your relationships? Are they fulfilling? Are they nurturing? Do you feel connected? Are you happy in it? And what about your health? Physically, how are you doing? Are you healthy? Unhappy? Unhealthy? And how about your finances? Are you comfortable with where you are financially? And how about a connection or a sense of meaning and purpose in your life? Do you have that right now? Do you have a sense of meaning and purpose, like your life matters? You see, when we start asking ourselves these deeper questions, we're challenged to really get real with ourselves. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to get real with who you are. And ask yourself, are you genuinely happy with your life? And if you aren't, then we've got to take some steps to help you get to a place where you can say that you are. And so, to support you in that, I want to read a little poem or writing that I put together a year or so ago, because I was reflecting on my life and this journey that I've been on, and this just sort of came to me, and I started writing, and it really resonated, and I wanted to share it. Because I think the reason a lot of men aren't happy with their lives are because we get trapped on the societal roller coaster that I mentioned earlier. And the societal roller coaster says that we're supposed to do this to be happy. But we have to be willing to get off that roller coaster. And so I want to read this piece because it's actually titled The Roller Coaster, appropriately. And I want you to just think about it as I'm reading this and see if you resonate. And it says, the roller coaster. I had heard a lot about the roller coaster. Initially, I didn't want to go see it. But everyone kept saying, you have to check it out and get on it. It will be so much fun. Reluctantly, I went to see it. It was intriguing and enticing, and it looked like fun. You have to get on it, everyone said. I'm not sure that I want to. But everyone loves getting on a roller coaster, they said. I don't think I'll like it. Go ahead and try it. You'll like it, everyone said. So I tried it. At the beginning, it was fun. Going round and round and up and down with friends who also seemed to be having fun was initially enjoyable. But after a short while, I got bored and tired. I didn't want to ride it anymore. I decided that I wanted to get off. You can't get off, everyone said. But I'm ready to. No one gets off the roller coaster once they get on. Why not? They just don't. But I'm ready to get off. Why not ride it a little longer and see if you'll change your mind, they said. Round and round, up and down I went, pretending that I was enjoying myself. But after a while, I began to get angry. I was tired of the roller coaster, and I realized that I shouldn't have got on it in the first place. I wanted to get off, but I didn't know how. I'm really sick of this roller coaster. I want to get off right now. We're sorry, but you must stay on the roller coaster. That's the rule. Well, I guess I'm going to have to break the rule because I'm about to get off. But if you break the rule, no one will like you, and you'll probably get hurt, they said. I don't care about anybody else. I want to get off now. Who can I talk to about getting off this thing? No one knows how to get off, they said. I'm sure someone knows how. I just have to find them. It's been said that only a few people have ever got off this roller coaster, and no one really knows what happened to them. Some believe that people have even been killed trying to get off. Why take that risk? At this point, I'm willing to take that risk. I don't care what people think or what people are going to say. I refuse to keep going round and round and getting nowhere on this thing. I must do something to get off. I didn't know what to do, but I knew that I couldn't stay on the roller coaster. I needed a plan, and I needed it soon. I felt as though I was dying, and I really wanted to live again. But what about the risk? What if what they say is true? What if I really can't get off? Or what if I get killed trying to get off? At this point, I decide that I only have one choice, and that choice is to live. I don't know what is going to happen, but I know if I stay on this thing, I'm already dead. I have to trust my inner instincts and take the chance and simply jump off. I'm not sure where I'll land or if I'll get hurt or even die, but I just know that I have to jump. So, despite what everyone else was saying and the fear and uncertainty I felt, I took a deep breath and jumped. As my body was hurled through the air uncontrollably, surprisingly, I felt a deep sense of calm and inner peace. And then I did exactly what I intuitively knew I could do. I flew. So that poem is a great metaphor for masculinity and being a man in society today. And we must be willing to jump off of that roller coaster, no matter how risky it may seem. So if you're truly ready to live an extraordinary life, you're going to have to take some risk. And that risk means you become willing to jump off the roller coaster so that you can fly and be the man that I know that you're capable of being. But the real question you have to ask yourself is, are you willing to take that risk?